AASuccess for the past 10, 11 years. In fact, since 2006. So rewind back in 2006. So this is something that many people not knowing about me. A lot of people here know me as a human rights activist, perhaps as a USPTO management person, or maybe from a family standpoint, just a person very active in the Vietnamese community. But at the time in 2006, I just a father having two young children, one boy and one girl. One boy, in fact, they are here. I don't know where they are, but one right here, still standing there. One is 6 years old, and girl, and the boy is 2 years old. And at that time, I was also just got promoted to become the assistant director, working for the 500 employee division at the USPTO, taking care of patent prosecution and business process for the agency. And yet, inexplicably, when I got promoted to become a management person, I pull in during lunchtime a Caucasian white man. He grew up in the South, graduated from with a PhD degree, and just joined our workforce. And his name is David Montanari. So I pull him in, and I said to him something that I thought at that time I didn't know anything resembling it. It was a crazy thing. So now I wanted to kind of pull you back a little bit more down to 1979, and the resemblance to something that my father, during his 81st birthday, just last year, and that is when, at that time I was 13. My father told me that, Dave, you just came to us and said you wanted to escape and go to America. You didn't tell your reason why. And I said, are you sure? I didn't tell. I thought you told me to just run. And no, that wasn't the reason. That was not at all. It was me who was just telling him. Didn't tell the reason why. And that was like, they just did it for me. They, yes, and then after that is 1 year, 2 years, go back and forth. And then finally, after 3 tries, I got to Malaysia. I was staying there for 2 years, and then moving on to Philippines, and then coming here and becoming a Virginian for the past 40 years, how many years. So back in 2006, same thing. Inexplicably, I said it to David Montanari. Two main things. That is, David, I wanted to teach young immigrants to become a philanthropist. And then he looked at me beyond confusion, in bewilderment. And then I said to him more. I just don't want same immigrants teaching other immigrants in the same ethnic group. I want everyone to be involved. I want everyone being sort of benefiting from this cycle of helping one another. That's a crazy idea. And inexplicably, he said to me, sure, I join you. So then, after that, I got more people putting faith in me. And many of their faces still here with me. I got, I think I had to see all the faces. Oh, Jim Osham. At that time, he was, I guess, a PhD and enrolling in law school. I came to him and asked him, could you join me? And he said yes. I went and asked Arena Nguyen, who's here, who couldn't be here, but she's supposed to be here. She's been a kind heart, donating and helping us for many years, 11 years or so. I asked her, and she's a Texan girl, just moving to Virginia from Texas. I asked her the same question, and she said yes. So I said, oh, this is a crazy idea, had no work plan, nothing whatsoever, and you're all gonna say yes. And that's really crazy, because at that time, I just got promoted. I got a family, I gotta make money, I got so many things that I'm enjoying. You may not know me, but I do play music. I play guitar, I play bass guitar, I play volleyball, basketball, play poker. At that time in the 80s, it's pretty popular, right? I invest in a poker table in my basement. And of course, you heard the story about the basement. So anyway, other stuff that I really enjoy. And then one thing I know is something that I didn't know at the time when I was listening to President Reagan's speech. Something about the beacon of hope. I didn't know what that is. What does it have to do with me? But now I realize that actually I was, in fact, or have been involved in a line of doing something similar to a beacon of hope. Ironically, all this stuff that I got myself involved in, there is something called calling inside me. I'm not sure what it is. It's the inner voice, same thing when I told my father I wanted to go to America. And that inner voice helped me, pushing me forward and helping me to keep doing what I don't think that I could do. I keep doing it. And these things, amazingly, you may not know it, but I can tell you for sure, that have helped me at these days, to become a better husband, a better father, a better leader for even my workforce. I'm still doing management stuff at the USPTO. And more importantly, a leader of this so-called organization called AASuccess. This is sort of really a community of yours. It's not just me or many others. And I believe that what I did helped many other young people keep joining and doing the work. And then, what is it about this betterment of myself? What is it helping so that AASuccess become what it is today? What it is today now is about many children and young adults running and trying to cracking and breaking a new type of ceiling. These people, I could not say that even 5 years ago, I could not say even 7 years ago. Now I can say with straight face to you all, they are running hard. Some of them are here, young professional adults. I have one lady who just basically committed to work as a graphic designer for Hilton Inc., coming in every Saturday to mentor our students, not giving what she could possibly give. Let alone the fact that she is also committed to her upcoming wedding with her boyfriend, just like every one of us. We have another young person in 2000, I believe in 2006. He was a high school student. He didn't know anything about website production or photography, and he just always showed me what he could do with a spreadsheet. And then he complained to me all the time about his peers in high school, fighting him and taking advantage of him and whatnot. And now he's an entrepreneur, leading a website production, doing wonderful photography for businesses. I have people who left AASuccess, but they just do the good thing. One of those people is actually, you may not know. Her name is Bibi. She's actually a founding student. She inspired me to go to Woodson High School when at that time it was like 30 years old, 30-something years old. Play basketball with those high school students and get them involved and do this so-called AASuccess. She now doing good stuff for, the Weather Kick Doang or Fest, the two major young youth organizations in this community. And then I have a young girl. She just graduated from high school, I think in past July. She about to go to Boston to join our entrepreneur program for business school. She went to Vietnam, had the courage to go to the general consular office, at the same time going to the American Center in Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon, we like to call Saigon, and have the courage to talk to the public affairs official, closing the deal. So now we have our YouthCon program to be expanded for the students in the Central Highland region in partnership with the American Center in 2018. And that YouthCon program is a wonderful thing, and I wanted to mention that the inspiration for that had to be with a young gentleman over there, Mr. Nguyen, my colleague long ago. He's also the person who said yes to me, but he did say one thing: no matter what you do, Dave, you got to stick to the young students. You got to stick and find a way to touch their hearts. I remember that, and no matter what stuff that I kind of got myself crazily involved, the most important priority are the students and young children coming through our program. They are now, in fact, the beacons of hope, the new beacons of hope. And I'm grateful because of them, because of your generosity. You had helped them to keep running and to break more new types of ceilings in this room, with more rooms. And they did it with courage, done it with courage, inspiration, and also because of the footprints of AASuccess. We give them the practical experiences. We give them the mistakes that we make along the way for the past 11 years. So many mistakes, I couldn't name it. I realized that there's a lot of warning voices. Dave, you should stick to your GF15, go and become a SES, and then when you retire, you help people. You know what happened in Asia? My children just graduated from Harvard. You know, they're fine. A lot of good children doing great in school. Just doing maybe doing a medical mission trip to Vietnam, rather than do this crazy thing. We have folks saying to me that, Dave, we want you to work in human rights. Don't do this stuff. This stuff is not a good thing. But I believe in these wonderful hearts. I believe in them, and they have put faith in us, not just me now. They put faith in young professionals, people like Quay right here. She's a wonderful being and help us to move to the next phase. The next phase is so critical and important to have you all to join us. And I want to thank all the donors, people donors, supporters who are here, who are not here today. They have given us such a tremendous sense of comfort to keep fighting and moving forward. And hopefully with your help, your support, we'll be able to get more than 100 of leaders, not of this AASuccess, but of the community, to do things that could beyond your imagination. Maybe in the future produce more rooms with more voices that can change the community, even when I and the original founders are gone. So I thank you very much for being here, and I don't know what to say. That's my story, so I'm going to turn over to Claire.